What's up, guys? Trigger here. We are starting a brand new coach league in the RFCL. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna be one of the head coaches. We got a draft coming up this Sunday, April 16th. It's gonna be streamed. It's gonna be awesome to catch it out. This is gonna be one of the interviews I had for one of my offensive coordinators and my defense coordinators. I'm gonna post all those, get them all up so you guys can see how the process of me picking a coach went. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Just check it out. Follow this channel to make sure you get all the updates and see all the updates for the team and where we're going, our record, everything else. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Check it out. Here's the next interview. All right, so we got Coach Mason here. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing good. How you doing, Trigger?
Not too bad, man. Just going through these coaches trying to find a good fit.
You got me right here, man. You got me right here. I'm here for you.
I'm hoping so. I'm looking into this search and get my staff together. So let's just start at the beginning here, Coach. So what's your basic offensive scheme?
Our basic offensive scheme is going to be an air raid offense. We're going to be running the ball very lightly, depending on what box we're in. We want to throw the ball about 75% of the time and run the ball about 25% of the time. It just depends what box we're getting. But we want to have a lot of four wide sets. We want to run a lot of points on the board in a quick and fast and hurry. We want to be very, very quick to score and no huddle like offense. So that's what we really do. We take what the defense gives us, and we kind of go from there.
That makes sense. So it kind of leads me to questions. So, like, let's say it's a game we want to run some clock out. Is your offense able to slow down a little bit and burn some clock, or are you go, and hopefully you don't start losing possessions?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I got plenty of film and breakdown. A good example is me in the national championship, which is that trophy right there. I had the ball up 2 scores, and there was 3 minutes left, and I held the ball the entire drive. I didn't have to score. 3 minutes and 27 seconds. I got the ball after they punted to us. It may have been a fourth down conversion or something like that, but we held the ball the entire drive and we needed out to win the game. If you keep going, there's certain times where you got to slow it down. So absolutely, we can do that.
Okay. So how would you drive your offense? So are you aggressive? Are you more conservative? So let's put your scenario. Let's say it's first quarter, score 0-0. Ball on the opponent's 25-yard line, 4th and 3. So you can't quarterback sneak. Are you taking your points or are you going to go for it?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes,
what do you think I'm going to do?
I think you're going to go for
it. You damn right we will.
We
want to win.
Okay, good.
We want to be aggressive and we want to win. We don't want to, say, man, if we wouldn't have gone for it, we would have regretted it. And you always have that opportunity of failing, but if you never take that shot, you never know if you're going to get there. You got to take them shots and them risks. There's obviously certain times where you got to take the points where it's smart, but, it depends on the situation, I would say. But about 80% of the time, there's a right reason to go for it, and statistics and analytics back that up for days.
Okay, I like that. All right, so let's say there's first of the game. What do you make any adjustments? You change your tempo adjustments, your catching adjustments. You make any adjustments beginning of the game, or do you wait to see what the defense is doing and adjust as you go?
Off the rip, we want to be a team that does not make turnovers.
Okay.
So a big key factor. When me and you played, I didn't have conservative big run on, and you messed me up. You made me fumble a couple times in a 1v1 play now game that we had.
Mm-hmm.
Even more with the CPU. CPU does weird stuff, so we'll make a conservative big run on definitely on conservative, and then we'll have the holding aggressive settings. We won't be afraid to get a holding tackle. We want to protect our quarterback the best we can.
Okay.
That's something that we're really, really looking forward to happening because we don't want our quarterback getting pressure as much as we can. The more time in the pocket and the more time he has to make decisions, the better.
Makes sense. And real quick, you've already talked about your national championship. Talk about your other accomplishments in the user versus user league.
Yeah, absolutely. So, starting in season 4, end of the year 6-3, got a bowl win. I believe it was the Cheez-It Bowl. And then we had season 5. Started out 0-3, and this is where this offense came from. 0-3, had no idea really what direction we were going. I lost to 3 of the top 5 people in the league at the time. I believe that was Versa, I believe that was Slayer, and that may have been somebody else as well. Went to the lab, I went to practice, I said, what can we do different? We could score points. We can be more aggressive. So I went from more of a conservative-based game where I would always run the ball and kind of chew clock a little bit. And I noticed that's not always gonna, there's teams that can do it, but I was like, that's not me. I'm
Okay.
aggressive. I'm a go getter. Let's go get her. So in season 5, I ended up ending the year 4-5, I believe. So I won 4 straight. Um, Lost 1 game at the end of the year and made it to the playoffs, and kept it competitive with the national champion MT. The following year was my breakout year. I went 7-3. I beat Hawkeyes, who everybody thought was unbeatable, and I had an early round exit. That's okay. No big deal. It happens. Gage is a great user. That's who beat me in the playoffs. The following year, which is this year that just happened, won the national championship, and I basically kicked everybody's ass in the process of doing it.
Good.
And I'm proud of that accomplishment because how much time I put into this game. How much I put time of, really, really taking time to understand defenses, what people do on the defense, calling the right plays, calling the right stuff to make this team succeed and win. And that really happened. Shout out to Junior, though. Junior played great. Junior's probably going to win the national championship next year. I called it first.
He may. He's a great user, and I do want to say congratulations on that championship. It's an impressive season. So congratulations on that. I haven't had a chance to tell you that yet.
I appreciate you.
Very impressive. So let's move on to
You
the next
like
part here.
you like Chris Stapleton?
I love Chris Stapleton.
Oh, I'm
is
jamming to him right now.
the best country artist in the world right now. All right, so let's move to the next part of this interview. I'm going to show you my screen. We're going to go over a couple rosters real quick. I want you to tell me what you kind of think of each roster and how they fit your team.
Absolutely.
Let me go over here. Pull this up. All right. Let's start out with a team we want to look at. I'm not sure I have them. We're going to try Incarnate Word if I have the roster updated. They're interesting.
If I'm correct, it's teams with lower than 80 overall.
There's a few different ones. They are all below 80, but not all teams below 80 are on there. Like South Florida's not on there.
Gotcha.
All right, so Incarnate Word. Can you see the screen?
I sure can.
All right, so just first thoughts in quarterback room and what you're thinking.
Speed's okay. I would definitely want to see what the passing is on the quarterbacks.
Can do.
Throw power and throw accuracy. I want the best throwing quarterback in there. The way we have it right now would work. That's probably the best option. We have a senior, at that position. He's going to be experienced. He's going to have the best throw power in the room, and he's going to have the best throw accuracy with the best speed. That's definitely good for us.
Okay, let's go with running backs.
Running backs. Speed does matter a little bit, but not as much. If you notice, I won the national championship in the 1v1 user league with one of the slowest running backs in the game. I care about carry. Is he going to fumble? I care about him getting yards. Truck and carry is huge to me. So, he's got 80 carry. That's the best carry, and I'd probably consider keeping him that way. We want a big physical back that if we're 3rd and 3 and we're in that 4 wide set that we can plug it up the middle and take those extra yards, especially if they can stiff arm it. So I'd keep him the same as well.
Okay. Do you want to look at fullbacks, or are you fullbacks pretty useless in your offense?
They don't exist, brother.
I didn't think so. All right. No,
hold on. I take that back. Fullback does matter. No, it doesn't. I lied. I'm sorry. The punt team, I was thinking about the punt team. The punt team uses tight end on the fake punts.
Yes.
My bad.
How about receivers here?
We're benching Perez.
Perez, okay.
He's not fast enough. We want speed. We want receivers that can get speed and down the field, down upfield. They can catch screens and, 2-yard slants and take it for the house. He could play, but I would maybe consider moving him to tight end or something as a backup.
Okay.
We want speed, and I like that roster that we have right there. So I'd probably move him to, honestly, wide receiver 5 and move everybody up 1. So, I care about a little bit of height, so I'd like to see the height on everybody. I see he's 5'10",
6 foot, 5'11", 5'9".
So we got a little bit of a short roster. So the aggressive catches with possibly going over the top and mossing people may not be there. So we want to rely on getting it in space as much as possible.
Okay. All right. Now let's look at tight ends.
That's nice. Austin Yeager, I see him there. And some of our sets, I plan on running a lot of the offense that I run in, the league itself. We would probably be subbing him for a wide receiver. in the game, he's okay to start there for now. I'd like to see his blocking and kind of see where he sits at.
Okay.
But a lot of our sets, we're able to actually sub in game for wide receivers.
Okay.
So
Blocking.
a lot of the sets are very generous with us on that.
There you
And
go. Your blocking ratings right there.
yeah, see, I mean that's the thing. If you go to wide receiver, is 65 really that much different than 45? Probably not.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you know, that's why in this, at least in this game, you can't chip tight ends and all that. So we'll probably end up subbing him for a wide receiver in game, but it's all right with him.
Okay.
He's kind of useless. Tight end doesn't really matter in our offense because we'll be running either 2x2 sets, or we're running trios, or we'll be running trips.
Okay, that makes sense. And then let's look at the linemen just for just a minute here. Just kind of just a quick glance at the linemen. My game freeze. Oh, here,
I think you're good.
there we go. All right, left tackle.
Very slow. We'll have to keep that in account when it comes to running swing passes, or not swing passes. I apologize. Toss, back sweeps and stuff like that. That's okay. I like to see the pass blocking, but I believe he's going to be our best option no matter what with his overall and his strength. Pass blocking is essential in our offense because we want to strive the ball deep downfield, and we need time. And if we don't have time, that's crucial. So he definitely would start there. No issues on that one.
Okay. All right, now let's try left guard. There's a blocking immediately, and then I can go to overall.
Yeah, he's got a higher pass block. That's something we weren't really crucial on because we want to have the highest pass block. So he would definitely start over Shran. He has higher pass block. Run block does matter, but when we run the ball, we'll be running ball when it's a 5-man box or even a 6-man box. If it's a 5-man or 6-man box, that's the key to be aggressive to run because we have an opportunity with the running back making a man miss.
Okay.
As Jared always says, we could always make that happen with that, with that rating.
Makes sense. All right, and center.
Yeah, I think we'll leave the line the way it's rated probably.
Okay, makes sense.
Just because we probably won't have a whole lot of talent there due to the fact that we're using a lower overall team. So we'll take the highest overall there.
Well, if that makes sense. If that's the case, we'll move to the next team then. I mean, if we don't, there's no point in looking at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That makes sense anyways. You're right, because linemen are going to be rated pretty accurately. We're going to go to Utah State.
That's awesome. I don't know if they run an air raid offense in 2014 in this game, so that'd be huge.
So before we get to Utah State, I want to ask on a scale of 1 to 10, rate that first team, current word, how they fit your style of offense.
I'd say for offense, definitely a 9. I mean, they got the speed that we need, especially when we're going against other 80 overall teams. They're not going to have the cornerbacks to keep up with that speed.
Okay.
So I mean, we're gonna be a risk taker. We're gonna be aggressive. We're gonna try and score points. We're not gonna be one of those teams that sits back and tries to controls clock the whole game. We hope to blow those teams out because honestly, that's boring football. It does work. My favorite team in real life does it. It works. I get it. But the teams that usually tend out to be the best are the teams that are aggressive. I mean, we need some go-getters.
All right, let's start with Utah State quarterbacks.
Let's see the passing ratings. I see the speeds a little bit lower on the backup, but let's just see what we got. I would definitely keep the one that we have now because the throwing accuracy is key here. Yeah. We don't want any errant throws. Like I said, turnovers are key. We want to have the turnover margin, and in order to have a really good air raid offense, you cannot turn the ball over. Mike Leach always talks about it. You cannot turn the ball over to be an air raid offense, and we're going to be throwing the ball potentially, like I said, 75% of the time. So we want to have good throwing. So definitely we'll keep Mingo at the starting quarterback.
Okay. Running backs.
Oh, that's perfect. We'll keep Stevens there. Doesn't look like we have much room for backup talent. We'll have to keep that in consideration when he gets tired. These lower overall dudes get tired and they fumble. He's a little bit smaller. But that actually fits my style. He'll be a speed back. It'll be okay. We may have the opportunity to sub him in for more of a trucker, but I'm okay with that as long as he can get, if it's 2nd and 5 and we do a halfback draw, he can get 2-3 yards. That's all we really need.
You got the best trucker rating on the team. So
Yeah, I mean that's perfect. So he'd work really well. Smaller dudes are harder to tackle as well.
it's true. All right, so let's skip fullbacks. We're gonna get to receivers.
Okay, okay. I see we have a decent speed, not the greatest. A Sat would definitely be hitting a lot of the bench there.
Mhm.
Actually, I have a great idea for him. That dude's moving the tight end. He's 6'6". He's too tall to be a wide receiver, anyways. So he'll be moving the tight end immediately. He may be a backup, but he's just too slow for our offense and style. We could make it work. The receiver room's a little bit shaky
Mhm.
with the speed, but at least we have some 86s, so we can make it work. We wouldn't be as explosive. With this wide receiver core, we would probably be taking the 10 to 20 yard gains
Okay.
at a time, which is okay. We can take those and take it down the field. I mean, anytime we can average 18 yards a gain, I mean that's great news. I
Awesome,
mean,
man. Tight
it's a
ends.
little bit It's a little bit different from averaging. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but I threw 85 touchdowns last.
Yes.
I threw, threw 85 touchdowns
Yes.
last season, so a little bit different when you have 90 speed. I
Yes.
got some speedsters back there, but we can make it work. We'll do a little bit less streaks as much, but we'll take a lot of the posts and the outs
Okay.
and a lot of the flag routes and stuff like that. Tight ends, I'd love to see the wide receiver that
He's
was on.
60. He's say down here. He's at 60.
We'll take it because you know why? In this game, they rate blocking and run block on tight end a lot. But if you go to
Okay.
his route running, it's going to be better than everybody else's. So we'll put him at definitely at tight end.
Okay.
He's 6'6". He's big. It may drop our overall a little bit, but that's okay. I mean, overall doesn't really matter. I mean, as you saw, I mean, Michigan was a 95, 96 overall, and if you can hit certain coverages and stuff like that, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it really
Yeah.
doesn't.
Okay. Awesome. So two more questions, and I'll once you get back to it. So I plan we have 5 recruits a year. If I give you 2 recruits, not I know it depends on roster things, but 2 recruits. What are the 2 positions you're recruiting immediately?
That's a hard question to ask. It depends what we have. If wide receiver room is shaky, we're going wide receiver. If quarterback room is shaky, we're going quarterback. Those are our two main positions that we need
Okay.
to worry about: quarterback and wide receiver. And if our line's really, really hurting, which I don't know if any recruits are the line, I doubt that, but
Yeah.
I think O line we're going to be okay regardless of what team we pick because they're all going to be piss poor in my opinion. But
Yeah.
we'll be working with quarterback and wide receiver.
Okay.
Running backs aren't as essential, but definitely wide receiver and quarterback. And all the quarterbacks you've shown me
Mhm.
should be able to get it done.
Okay. And then last thing I ask is make one pitch. Why I should draft you if I get the chance?
Well, you should draft me, Trigger, because if you want an offense that's just going to score points and get you on the board in a hurry, we're going to have a fast style. We're going to score points. You're going to pick me because we're going to succeed. I need you and you need me to succeed. We need to work together, and I know you can work with me. And I know we can do a hell of a job, and we can take over this league together. If you do draft me, which I'm very excited for it, and I have so many accomplishments that show for itself that hey, let's score points. I know in real life, Mike Leach hasn't led to a actual national championship, but 90% of his plays are used in every offense today. Um, you know, if you watch the Georgia, they threw the ball around a whole lot. So the whole idea that the air raid doesn't win championships is a very washed notion. It's just
Todd
the
Monken
fact
ran that
that
offense. Todd Monken was Oklahoma State running the air raid as well.
yeah. So I mean, it's an everyday's game, and
Yeah.
I don't think anybody has an offense that's as unique as I. And I think you need me, and I need you.
All right, Mason. I appreciate it, man. I like it. I'm excited. I like the confidence, and if I get the chance, I may be taking you as soon as I can. So thanks to you, brother. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Give me 1 second. Let me get this on camera.
I'm gonna show.
Let me kiss it for everybody.
There it is. There it is. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
That was our interview with Coach Mason, a very accomplished, usually coach, looking to come in as an offensive coordinator in the Coaches League. We'll go high in the draft. We'll go very high in the draft. Hopefully, we get up there, have a chance to add him to our staff. Again, guys, the draft for the new Coaches League in the RFL It's April 16th, 8 o'clock Eastern. We're going to pick our team. We're going to pick our offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can put a recruit in the league, you can be a player, get recruited by the coaches like myself, have a whole career throughout the league. It's going to be a lot of fun. Join us. Come check it out. Hope to see you then. Until then, stay triggered.